Welcome back everyone to my YouTube channel. My name is Nilesh Dudatra and this video is talk about the Excel import. So in the last video we had seen that how to export the Excel from the data is from the H2 database as usual. So for that I had required at first JPA repository, JPA dependency, then web as usual H2 and POI.ooXML, that is from the Apache POI, and last one that is a Jasper. Okay, so by using this five dependency, I will going to explain how to import the Excel, and whatever we are import, we are put inside in the export, right? So this one is a dependency. After that, I had required at first this model as usual, the student model, and according to that I required the repository. So this one is a student table, student pojo, that is a student id, student name, address, city and pin, and I required the repository of this student. So in this repository I had put the jpa repository, and I had written the code of the excel export over here, so that you can see in the last video that I had updated in the my YouTube channel. And yes, I required the controller for the export the Excel. And last one, that is I required the, this one is a main function, so I put to insert the value, and I had used the command line runner for the execute this run method. So that's it. Let we start with the how to import the value of the student. So this example has been completed after the import. So we can import and export in the same example. So for that I required one math class over here. So the class name that I put over here, that is a user Excel importer dot Java file. So in this Java file, I would like to put one method, that is a public, then list of student that I want to Excel import function name, and after that I'm putting the list of student and the name of this object, that is a list. And at first import this, yes, a list student, and after that new, then as usual array list. I'd required to put array list over here, array list. Okay, after yes, this one is a, yeah, okay, I required the return statement, return this list of student. So now I would like to put that is a three variable, or whatever the we are using the, in this class. I had copy this and put over here, and I am putting over here the by default value, that is a, for example, 0, and s name, that is a blank, and as usual this all are blank. So let me remove the this private, because I just required for the, insert purpose in, say, in the database. Whenever I'm import the file, Excel file that I want to in the database, right? So this variable is useful for the this purpose. And yes, I would like to put one more code, that is a Excel path, right? So Excel file path is equal to, I'm putting over the path of the, this Excel file. So I have a one Excel that is on the my desktop, that is a student.excel file, and after that I want this put, that is a long start is equal to system dot current time miles, and this one is a long, and after the ending of this I will put the stop and it means end of the this process. So I just take how much millisecond required to export this Excel. So I am subtracting this end and start. So I would know that this much of millisecond required to import the file, right? So this one is a common method. If you want that any function that how much millisecond required, for that you have to put in the starting of the line, you have to put the starting time, and after that you have to put the ending time. So you can easily know the how much time required for the method. Okay, after that I am putting the file input stream that is required. File input, file input stream, that is from Java IO, and I am taking the object that is the input stream is equal to then new, and file input stream I require the file name that is a Excel file path. Okay, now I required workbook object of the workbook. So workbook is equal to new, then XLX S workbook, then semicolon, and after that I would like to put the input stream. This one is object. Okay, some error is there. Okay, I require a try and catch for the reading the file. So I put the these things. So whatever code I had written inside this try method, I'm removing this and put the common exception. It's not just a file not found exception. Whatever the exception is there, I would like to print over here. So try and catch whatever we code written. So it's in a try and catch. And after that, I'm creating the object of sit. Uh, Sit is from the user model. Sit of. Okay, after that, I required the object of sit. So sit, and after first sit, so in is equal to, then I would like to put over here that is a workbook dot and the name of this sit, that is a get sit. And if you want to put the name, or if you don't have a name, then I want to fetch the first sit, that is a first sit means 0. So I want to put at over here. Okay, so I want the first sit to get inside the database. Iterator, I would like to put iterator. Iterator is from the Java IO, and row is equal to, then row iterator is equal to first sit, that I had a variable of first sit, then iterator and bracket. After that I'm start my iterator, so row iterator dot next. So I'm ignoring the first row actually, that is a columns, all the columns are there. So let me at first open the student Excel file. So this one is a student Excel file. So first is just indicate this header, right? I don't require to insert this row in my database. I'm starting from this. So one, then Nilesh and Rajkot, two, Mahesh and Ahmedabad. These two row I want the inside the database. So first row I don't require, so I'm put over the next, And after the next, I am putting the next line, that is, I would like to put while loop, while then row iterator dot has next. If the row is there, next row is there, then it should be inside this while loop. And I would like to put row over here, and next row is equal to row iterator then dot next. Now next row is there, and inside this row there are different cells are there. So again I have to put another iterator for the cell, and cell, then I would like to put cell iterator and is equal to the next row dot cell iterator. Now again I would like to put the this one is a cell and while loop again, because I don't know how many cells available, means column available inside the Excel sheet. So cell iterator dot has next, that is a one by one columns are fetched from the Excel sheet. And after that I would like to put the cell, this one is a object of cell, then next cell is equal to cell iterator then dot and next. And I would like to put the number of column index, so column index is equal to then the next cell dot get column index. So you can find the index uh, of the column. And I would like to put switch case over here, because if there is a first number of key index, column index, the value, for example, that is a 0, and first one is a that is a student ID, right? So this one is a long data type, so SID is equal to this one is inside long, so next cell dot get column index, get numeric, this one is a numeric, right? So numeric cell value, and whatever the value fetched, if I want to put in the sys out, then I can easily put the sys out and SID. So this one is a for the first cell. So I'm copy this code and paste. How many rows are there? So there is a 5 number of rows. So at first I am creating for the s name, then this one is a string, right? So don't try to put the type conversion over here, string cell value, and I want to put the print as name. So I'm copy this code and put for 3 times. So first one case, if the case is equal to 2, 3 and 4. So the second one, that is a address. So this address, this one is a data type of the string. And next one, that is a city. So city is a same data type, that is a, and last, that is a s pin. So this one is the same data type, that is a string. So if you have a data type of date, then you have to put just like a next cell. For example, I'm having this field for the date of birth. Date of birth is equal to, for example, I'm putting over the, just for the your knowledge. So next cell dot get date cell value, right? And if I want to print this date of birth, then I have to write date of birth dot then And after that, I have to put the conversion of the date, right? So new timestamp, new timestamp, new time stamp. Then you have to put date of birth for the put printing of the date, and you have to put get and time, date of birth. This one is a date, right? So date and get time. So you can print by using the this method, right? Okay, after that I'm removing this code because I don't require right now the date format. And yes, I would like to put this inside I don't require default right now, so remove this default. And I would like to put this in the list of student dot add and a new student. This one is a constructor of this student, right? If you don't have a such constructor, then you can build this constructor. You must have this constructor inside the student class, right? So that is a SID and SName as usual. I don't require to change the these parameters. Okay. So now I would like to put the close this workbook at first. So the workbook I had opened at the starting of this code, and I want to close this workbook. And yes, I'd put a long, this one is a process, right? So I put this code inside the this try and catch. And if there is error, you can put the message if there is an error inside the Excel file, and simply you have to return the list of the student. So this one is a code for the Excel import. Now I would like to call this inside the my controller. So there is a controller, home controller. And yes, I would like to change this type because I required the message. So I would like to change the type of this mapping, that is a required request mapping. And I want the message, so response body, a response body. And I'm changing the type over here, that is a string. This one is a for the Excel export, because I require the message return Excel export successfully, right? This one is just message I want to print. And for the import, I'm copy this code, and this one is the import, right? Import and Excel to import from Excel, right? I don't require this all things. The response is there. I required for the import. Okay, not required right now. So I'm removing this code and removing this also, and the message that should be import successfully, right? So how can we call the this? So for that I have to at first create the object of user, then import Excel importer, and I'm putting the Excel import importer is equal to new, then Excel importer, and just call the function that we had made inside the Excel importer dot, then Excel import. But as a after this method has been called, the return value should be the list of the student. So I put a list of student, that is a return type. And whatever the data has been fetched from this, I would like to use the student repo dot save all, right? So in the inside the save all, I put the student list. So if there is a multiple 100,000 of row, you can directly insert by this single line, right? So whatever the information of the number of student that should be in the list student, and it should be saved. Fine. Okay, now I'm execute this program, run as a Spring Boot application. It's required some time to execute the program. So this one is executed successfully, and I would like to insert the this file that having a student ID, name, address, student city, and pin code, right? So I am save this file and execute the code as a first Excel import. So it imports successfully, and after that I would like to export this Excel. So let me check the output of this Excel file. So this one is a Excel output, right? So this one is the Excel import and export process of the by using the Spring Boot. So thank you very much, guys.